This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV. We are here at Olympic Legacy Park. Eddie, nice little sweat on there, mate.
Yeah, to be honest with you, every time you boys get me after the 5K, I watch it back and go, you look like you've aged 10 years and you're like about to have a cardiac arrest. But actually, it's getting easier. It was a little bit slower today, Joe. It was 23:40. There were hills, you wouldn't know, but you've done a great job.
I was a marshal.
You've done a great job as a marshal, but I've got one bone to pick with you.
Go on.
On the last lap, I saw you pass Parsons a drink. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I was chasing him down the whole way, and when you gave him the drink, one, it kind of disheartened me, and two, it enabled him to speed up and recover. So, that's like me. Like, Boxing Social is your rival, right? You can style it however you want, but that is like me going up to Frank Warren now and giving him a few quid to help him out. That's what you've just done to Parsons. He's in an hour of need, and you've given him a fresh water on the run to your rival, and I respect that.
Right.
But don't do it again, because it enabled him to beat me by 24 seconds.
Next run, I'll give you a bottle of water. Is that all right?
Appreciate that.
We've got some people here today, haven't we? We've got Billy Joe.
Yeah, Billy Joe.
I think Billy Joe's going to come over. Bill! Bill's going to come over in a minute. We've got Dalton Smith. We've got Sonny Edwards.
Yeah.
People are starting to pick up, haven't we? Oh, we've got the Flash himself.
Yeah, Brandon Scott, dressed as a superhero again. It was good. Great turnout in Sheffield. Head of a big night tonight. Here comes a champ.
Here comes Billy Joe. Who run it faster out of you two?
To be fair to Billy, with all due respect to Billy, he was actually running with the kids and some of the boxing clubs. So
Eddie was running with all the fucking pros.
No, I was just running with my ego.
Right, now he's like a men's health superstar. Who wins in like a sprint?
Eddie.
Only for about the next 2 weeks till he gets ready.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay. Do you think he's looking good?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a lot of hard work, isn't it? I mean, the thing is when you kind of mentally say, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know when I'm coming back, you allow yourself to enjoy life. And now the hard work's beginning. He's got a lot of work to do, but the improvements you can see, the difference you can see over the space of, 4, 5, 6 weeks, still got a long way to go, but we know that. And that's why the plan is to bed himself in for a fight which we all openly say to everybody is going to be not going to be a mega fight, it's going to be a run out to it. And the fight is more about getting sharp but also giving himself a goal, especially on the weight as well, to hit that weight and then come down to 68. But he knows what he's doing, he's done it before, and he'll do it again.
Well, is it going to be difficult to hit that weight for December?
No, it won't be difficult to get to the weight that we've agreed on, but obviously championship weight is putting too much stress on the body. Look, all these fighters can go and get a stone, 2 stone off in 6-8 weeks. It's not a problem, but it's how obviously you perform at it. And I just don't think that getting down to 12 stone, I've been out the ring for just over 2 years to be healthy for the body. So we'll obviously sort an opponent out. I'm not saying it's going to be Muhammad Ali, but it'll be a stiff opponent that people will probably know about and get the job done. But like I say, the weight's never an issue with myself, getting down and making it. I've been a boxer. I've been to Olympic Games. I've won all the titles coming through. Never failed weight once in my life. And it's just obviously being a professional about it and making it proper.
One fight for Billy Joe next year. Who would you like, Eddie?
Look, I think commercially you always look for the biggest fight, and I know he wants to win world titles. The Eubank fight for me is, I look at it, I look at the press conferences, I look at the build-up, I look at the past. But there's many fights out there for him. To be honest with you, and I said it before again, and I'm not just saying it because he's standing here, he's the only fighter that I've seen fight Canelo Alvarez under my watch who wasn't overawed by the occasion. When he stood up on that stage, and still, one of the biggest nights for me as a promoter, and he got 75,000 people at Dallas Cowboys, and he stood on that stage to the Spartan song, and I looked at him, I thought, fuck me, he has absolutely zero fear. And he was doing well in the fight. It was a very competitive fight, and I think he'll feel now that he shared the ring with him, he can improve. And I'm not saying that's a fight we're chasing, but obviously he got hit by a great shot, he smashed his cheekbone, and that was the end of the fight. So respect to Canelo, he'd done him. But he was in that fight, he was competitive, he was trying to win that fight. You see a lot of people like Charlo the other day just purely go in for the paycheck. So, there's other fights out there at super middleweight. Again, you talk about the Charlos, you talk about the Benavidez. He's always like the Andrade fight. I think Benavidez will beat him if they fight and when they fight, but we'll see what happens in that fight. Caleb Plant, loads of fights out there for him, but I think that British boxing a little bit, we're kind of losing the characters a little bit. I think that's sport in general, because things have become very serious and very scientific. And I think he's one of the last old guards of characters. That's why tonight we're going to get him to jump on a bit of commentary in the fight. Because you see Sonny comes across sometimes, and Billy used to do this when he was younger, is that it can be a little bit, you like him, you don't like him, he's being a bit of a prat, and Sonny's the same. But when you actually talk to these people, you realise how smart they are, how knowledgeable, how sharp their boxing brain is. And when you listen to Sonny commentate, fight fans go, he's brilliant. And I think they'll do the same. I said to him the other week, you've got to get in a commentary box, you've got to get out to the community events, because he can offer a lot to the sport. And I think he can offer a lot to the entertainment side as well. So I'm buzzing to see him back, because I think he's one of the biggest characters and one of the biggest talents in the sport.
Well, do you think that Eubank fight will happen?
Yeah, listen, commercially, it's one of them that makes sense to both of us. Obviously, Eddie's the man to make it. At the minute, he's a 160 fighter, so I think he's trying to prove himself at 160. But obviously, there's a big fight there for him at the minute, Conor Benn and Eubank. It's an interesting fight that everybody wants to see. So, I'll let Conor Benn take care of him at 160, and then he'll probably move up to 168, and I'll just finish him off. I'll take the leftovers.
Did you two fall out?
Oh.
Used to.
Me and Eddie always have a fallout, don't we? Me and Eddie. Do you know what? I've got to say, Eddie, when I look to the likes of Eddie and Frank Warren, like I said this before, they always deliver. Fighters and promoters and managers always have their tiffs. But me and Eddie, we've never really had a fallout. We've always had a little bit of an argument on the phone, but we've always sorted it out. Business, that comes with business. But with Eddie, he's always stuck to his word and always done what he said he was going to do. So that there I've got to respect as the best promoter in the game. And also, you've got to give credit for what he does for boxing at the moment. You don't see any other promoters bringing the community together like this, spending time with them, getting himself up in the morning. So you've got to take all that in consideration. Look at the team he's got around him here at the minute. Everyone's taking part. It's all run professionally. And you've got to take it after Matchroom. They're smashing it at the minute.
Was he hard work to deal with?
Yeah, he was. But it was always interesting. Do you know what I mean? And I think the thing is, I always said to Billy, sometimes when you've been... And this isn't a pot of Frank Warren, because it doesn't have to be Frank Warren, but when you've been not mistreated in the past, but sometimes things ain't gone your way and people ain't kept their word, you kind of go into a new relationship a little bit scarred by it. So when we started working together, he never really trusted me, because he just thought you're just the same. He would say to me sometimes, you're just like Warren, you are. And I'd think, fuck it, I don't think we are, but it takes time. And I think...
He wanted to fight me once.
Well,
he said, listen, we'll have a gypsy fight. He said, I'll meet you right now. He said, in Brentwood. Put it on me a bit, to be honest.
I'll give you a couple of $100,000, but I think
You'd do him these days, wouldn't you?
No, I'd never do Billy. But I think when you have a little bit of time apart, you look back on a relationship and go, actually, they did do... I mean, we boxed him in America. He had to fight behind closed doors during COVID. That was a big problem. And he had to fight Martin Murray, and that was... But then when he got the Canelo fight, made a lot of money. So I think when he looks back, he goes, actually, fair enough, it was a good little run. Yeah. And I think he's got a good run left in him. Whether that's 2 years, 3 years, whatever, I think we'll have some fun. And I think, when you look at the stars of British boxing right now, I still think he's right up there. Right up there. And he's not just right up there, he's very good. Very good. And if he can get his mind right and his body right, I think he can win another world title comfortably.
Last one, Bill, are you team Eddie Hearn or Simon Jordan? Because I saw you on his podcast the other day.
Do you know what? They wouldn't both be successful if they didn't have their own personalities and character. Eddie's got his own way, Simon's got his. I like Simon, I like Eddie. I enjoy watching both of them though, having it on TalkSport. I loved it. I watched it. Eddie was on.
Who won that encounter?
I'll be honest with you. Eddie's one of these characters you can never tell if you get under his skin or not, because he's got a good poker face. But I'm sure some stuff do get under his skin, but he's very good at hiding it, so I can't really tell with that. That's one of his talents. Simon Jordan, I could see Eddie was getting underneath his skin on some of the questions, and when I went on the show, I was thinking, fuck me, just don't put it on me. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Don't put it on me. But he was all right. Listen, they're both their own individuals. I like both.
Listen, boys, thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV. Big fight night tonight, Wood Warren. Don't miss it. Cheers, thank you.